guy says,
practice, practice, practice.
right? You know that line? Jack Benny line? Famous Jack Benny's line? How do you get to New York City? How do you get to Carnegie Hall?
Practice, practice,
This
practice.
is Max. Max is going to join us. Maybe that table or over there in the corner if you want. Barry, this is Max. He used to be in music, so.
You used to be. Oh, it's not in
We're talking about you.
What is it?
I just took piano lessons as a kid.
Oh, when he was a kid, see?
At least your
Okay,
parents taught you
so-
the piano.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the open mic of the NoHo Diner. Now, we're here because I knew the original owners. And that was the great guy from 50 years ago when he had this place. So a lot of famous actors have gone through here. And I have a guest actress here tonight, Cynthia.
Hi,
Right, Cynthia. And I have a new actor here on his way, Harrietha, who now is a poet. He's writing his own stuff. We're going to hear from him soon. And I have another guest named Ruby here tonight. She's new. She's going to
Never done this before.
teach
But
her some acting technique. Because I studied with Sandy Meisner in New York City. And I'm born in Brooklyn and raised in Queens, Ridgewood, Queens. Anybody here from New York?
No.
Oh, New York?
Anyone from Chicago?
All right. Well, there is a comic tonight that's coming from New York. He is a former NYPD. That's New York cop. And he now is a noted comic, and he travels back and forth to New York and other places, and Chicago too.
It's okay.
So anyway, they have it, and I started acting when I was young. I was a model, and I did print work in those days, and then I got into singing, and I learned how to sing in a choir, and then I had my brother's band. My brother had the Knights band. It was a bunch of Italian guys, and I was their singer. And we did a lot of nice things. I got to work with some big groups, Gladys Knight and all those kind of people.
Last night in the pits?
Yeah. We were like the warm-up band for when they're going to perform. You know, that was it. And then I was with a recording band called Evolution 70. And it was, if you don't mind me saying, it was an all-black group, and me and my brother. And we were the Ebony group at that time, when we were finally integrated, right?
You want some technique?
But the one man that gave me my opportunity was my high school teacher. So teachers do help young people, right? And you pick out a teacher you admire, and they may help you. And I had a very good Marine guy, former Marine. He was a wonderful director, Robert X. Snowden. He was pretty known in New York City. He was my Sandy Meisner protege. And then I became the protege of Sandy Meisner, because there's only 4 of us left that have studied under this man when he started the acting of, let's see, who was it? Oh, method actors, which was famous for Stella Adler, just to name a few. Susan Strasberg, I did a movie with her, and her father was
I didn't know until
Strasberg himself. Started method acting.
because it was towards the end of the time that
All
they were
things
shooting these now.
Did he learn from Sandy
Transfer all of
Meisner?
our
Yes.
over to.
Oh, wow. Because he wrote a book on
I teach that.
adaptive repairs.
Yes, that's very good, very good. So I am one of the one surviving ones left. There's Jeff
And you've been going,
Gold,
looking at the area.
lives down here off of Lancashire. They have a theater called Theater West, I believe it is. I have yet to meet him, but he has been very successful. And he would be very happy to meet me because he studied tonight. And Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas put out a series, television series. I don't have it with me tonight, but I have the whole collection. So I am an honorary member of the Screen Actors Guild as a result of working with one of my favorite actors, and he just died, Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman was filming The French Connection in front of my apartment building, 3-story apartment building when I was a kid. No trees on my blocks, but we had that Myrtle Avenue elevated train on the corner. So this whole production came, and my mother said, "Oh my God, get downstairs. You just finished your acting studies in New York City, and they're making a movie here. You've got to get in this movie." My mother was great. So she gave me a thermos of coffee, and I went up with this man. He was wrecking these cars. And I said, "Oh, you're a stuntman?" And he laughed at me. He said, "Why? Who are you?" And I told him that I was, went to the American Musical and Dramatic Academy and Sammy Davis Jr. Scholarship. I won from the high school teacher. Okay? I had an audition. I had to sing, dance, and act. And write a letter. Why I wanted to be an actor. All right? Okay? So that's how it goes. And you do what you love because God puts your talent inside of you. We all have talents. Right? That's why we have artists, we have musicians, we have people that like to talk. Oh, it's one of my favorite things. And so on and so forth, right? Whatever God puts in you, you find and you try sports. You try acting, you try singing, dancing, whatever you want. The arts, crafts, you want to be a carpenter, whatever. So you have to practice, like I said with that silly joke, right? Jack Benny's favorite joke about how do you get to Carnegie Hall, right? So what I'm saying is we're all gifted. I believe that. Everybody has different gifts. And I've been a teacher a long time now, for 20 years, part-time in my acting career. And I've learned as being a teacher, you grab onto these young people that have the talent and you give back to them. That's why I'm here today. Because I had all these opportunities. Oh, by the way, one of the reasons I had these opportunities came out of a misfortune when my father died when I was 2.5 years old. He was building houses after World War II, and unfortunately he had a double heart attack and died. So my mother never remarried, so I wrote a letter, about I'm searching for a father, someone to marry my mother. And it never happened, because she was overprotective, and I had all this talent stuff going on, and she was a part of everything, and my brothers too. She was a part of all his music, and what he did with the bands. There was 3 bands later. Ooh, nice food coming out here. We have a lovely young new waitress today. Yay! And she feeds us wonderful food here. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this, because this is my giving back to the community and giving back to this place to stay. Because I worked in a restaurant for 10 years. It was a famous restaurant called the Tale of the Cock Restaurant. It was on Ventura and Coldwater. And I worked with a very famous piano player named Johnny Guarnieri. And I'm in his book now, he's deceased. But he was a 5/4 stride piano player. That was in the days of, after ragtime came the jazz mode of Harry Warren's music, and it had to be you, it had to be you. Right, right. And all those songs I got to learn. And Artie Shaw was famous. This man was in the Artie Shaw recording band when they had big band sounds. So I've been surrounded. See, God took care of me. Doors opened for me. I was surrounded by the best of actors, acting teachers, musicians. Unbelievable. So I'm just sharing that with you today because they may be stories to you, but Levi is here today. He's only 9 years old. You should start writing your little stories of your life, things that you like, that you do, or incidents that happened in your life. That's how we get famous stories out of it. And we're in the place of Hollywood. They're looking for stories all the time. Right, Cynthia? So now is the time. They are running out of stories, as you know. We don't want all these killing stories and these crazy ammunition things and crazy killing things going on, because life is, that's the bad side of life. We want things in the good side of life so we can have those things. I'm not saying life is going to be easy, but the more you work at something, the better you get. Levi, the more you work at something that you like, the better you get. As you grow, like your mom, dad, your relatives around you, you should learn from your elders. They really give you great secrets to share. So anyway, that's part of my journey. And I know good old YouTube here has followed me now for a couple of months, telling these stories. After French Connection, I was in the list of Central Castings. And I had an agent, but they weren't doing anything in New York City. It was really hard. And I was a model, and I had all the portfolios and all the pictures you ever wanted. And I was going with a man that was a director and great photographer. But it's a matter of luck, where you're at the time. And I got to work with Al Pacino next. And that was in his Serpico movie. Yeah, that was the first movie that he made in New York City as that Puerto Rican guy. He's Italian. And I got to know him pretty well. You know, he's a wonderful guy. I'm half Italian, so I fit right in. But that's a great story, too. And I got to work with these big stars. And then I worked with other names that these ladies would know. Big stars. And one of the oldest actresses today is Eva Marie Saint. She's 99 years old. And I worked with her on that movie of the week for television, Fatal Vision, with Carl Wall. You know who he was. You have to really know your stuff. I'm going way back now. Carl Wall was a funny man. He was a funny guy. He did a lot of television shows, okay? And then he got into the movies, right? So this was a 3-hour movie for television that I got while I was a cocktail waitress at this job. I got 4 big movie parts then, right? Of course, I was younger and I was in the perfect age, right? The Taylor Cock restaurant, did you know about that place?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they used it in Licorice Pizza that came out 3 years ago. That movie, Licorice Pizza. You should see Licorice Pizza. Add it to your portfolio because it's a 70s film and you get to see what it was like. And it's 2 young people that take you on this journey of what they did coming out of high school, after high school. And they used the meeting place at the Tail of the Cock restaurant. But it wasn't the original one. It was a made-up one. Because it was already gone by, you know, I mean, I haven't worked on it. That place went down, I don't know when, I don't want to tell you, because I don't like to be my age. People say, oh, she can't be a waitress and she didn't. Oh, come on, who cares? Nobody really
All
cares.
the people will be for me.
I care. So, but age brings wisdom and knowledge, and it's wonderful to be sitting here now, and I like it. I don't look my age, so I think I'm gifted.
Since I don't have kids to take them.
So, I have a lot to share with all ages, people. So, I have a little friend that is dying to get up here. You want to talk a little bit? Yeah. Yeah. You want to sit on this bench with me? Can you get a picture of us there? Would your mom approve of him, wait a minute, of him going on YouTube?
Yeah,
Just for like a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, have a seat. This is Levi Garcia, right? We just met. His mom came tonight here at the NoHo Dino to celebrate Mother's Day with all these ladies.
Sure.
Yeah, we're celebrating Mother's Day. It should be the whole month anyway, don't you think? Right.
It should be the whole year.
Yeah, there you go. So, my little friend here, I just met you, and so you know I'm a real actress, right? I was in the movies and television, and I was a model, and I was a kid actor too. There's some really great kids out there today that have become stars and big shots and directors. I direct too. I made an award-winning documentary, by the way, called My Childlike Mother. It's on Alzheimer's disease. I won the award of this neighborhood here, and at Cal State Northridge, I won $5,000 for writing this story. It's a true story. I lost my mother 3 days and 3 nights in the streets of Queens, New York. I will tell you about that. It's on YouTube just as the introduction. You can see it. So, you can do any of these things that I just mentioned. What would you like to do, or what are you doing right now in school? What school do you go to? Oh, can you say it a little louder for the mic over there? Oh, wow, that's a great school. And where is it? It's located right down here. Oh, right, that's the new one. Do you know that they came here about 2 months ago?
Oh, really?
Yeah, a whole table full like you. Yeah. And, oh, yeah, it's too bad I'm not teaching class anymore. I used to do kindergarten, so. And, but anyway, so that's great. You're with that special school. And, what is your favorite thing that you do in school? What subject? You know? Science. Very good. Science. All right. And what's your second choice? Art. All right. Now, when you say art, it covers a lot of things. You're talking about drawing, or coloring, or painting. Okay. So there's those kind of arts, and then there's the performing arts. You mentioned about singing in a choir. I heard your mom said when I said I sung in a choir. So, did you sing in the choir? Oh, wow. That was my favorite thing when I was a kid, that age. I'm 9 years old. And
Yeah, they just had a performance after I were.
oh, they did?
Yeah.
What was the show?
It was their spring concert, so tell what you sang and what you played.
A little louder for the mic over there. The Wells Fargo wagon. Oh my gosh, I love that series. We watched it at home. I watched, Wells Fargo, Rawhide, and Wagon Train. They were all my favorites.
This one's from Music Man. The Wells Fargo wagon.
Oh, from Music Man?
And then what you play on the recorder.
Yeah.
Tell her the song you played on the recorder.
I am the tiger.
Yeah.
I am the tiger.
They did. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ruby, could you bring me my drink, would you mind? I don't want to call my throat is a little dry, thank you. Wow. So did they do the whole show, Music Man?
No.
No, they did excerpts.
Yeah. They did a little,
Wow.
different numbers.
So you play the recorder? Tell us what the recorder is.
It's kind of like a flute.
Right. Wait, you know what? You and I are a lot alike. I had the fife, and I was in the fife and drum corps for marching. It only had 6 holes in it. But the recorder, it's called the recorder. Is that what it is? How many holes does that have?
Wait a minute. You didn't play it. How many are there?
Pretend you have it in your hand right now. Pretend you have it there. So put your fingers on the holes, and you can count them to yourself or out loud if you like. I'm just curious. Go ahead.
I think you're so nuts.
And C, right? Yeah, because it has to start usually like the piano with middle C and all that. So you read music now? Oh, every good boy does fine in music? Have they taught them to read the music?
They're starting to. Even
Oh, this is gonna be great. Can I touch you?
Music.
This is gonna be great, huh?
Learn the music.
Well, it's never too late to start, and that is a perfect time to start. 9 years old. So when I had the fife, the flute, no, I had the fife and drum corps. So I marched in bands. In those days, we had marching. Actually, the Christian churches of which I belong, we had church marches in our neighborhood. You'd march to where the veterans were with the flag, and for Veterans Day, and then all those kind of things. And then for I don't know what I was picked as the leader of the whole group, leading the whole parade. I think you're a leader. You got opportunities now. So, what do you think you would like to be as you get to be maybe 18? A little loud for the microphone.
NBA player.
Oh, that's football, right?
Basketball.
No, that's basketball.
Oh my God! You see how I am?
NFL.
NFL. Oh.
Women NFL.
See?
Okay.
Okay.
National Football League.
So what is it now?
NHL.
Who do you want to be like?
Yourself.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
He knows when it was created, what it was called before, and who created it. Oh, Levi.
It's made in 1891.
1891? Wow.
Wow.
The NBA started in
What was-
1891.
Oh,
NBA.
Is she
Wait,
sure?
what's-
Are you
what's-
sure it wasn't 1966?
It wasn't
Because I think it started when I was born.
that may be the NBA, but like basketball.
Yeah, that's the basketball. I know it started in
Basketball.
like 1965 or 19.
It was different than that.
It was basketball was made.
Yeah. Who created it, Levi?
No,
Basketball.
James something, I don't.
Yeah.
Do you know how? No. Well, I loved to play basketball when I was in school too. I went to St. John's School Elementary in Glendale, New York, and I was on the girls' basketball team. They had separate teams then, right?
They still have it.
They still have separate.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. You like to shoot that basket? And you're not that tall, right? And you can shoot it out and get it in? Wow, like the potential.
Practice make perfect.
There you go. So, okay, you can do that, and maybe you can win a scholarship to go to college. That would help your parents get you into a really good school. because you're already in a private school, which is wonderful. Yeah.
We could use some help with that too.
Yeah, exactly. Now, are you an only child right now? Okay, you have brothers and sisters? And how old is he? 4, a baby. Oh, baby brother. Hey, that's pretty. He's lucky he's got you. You're such a leader. Yeah, you got a good imagination what he wants to be. He's got a good handle on everything, Mom. Well, it's okay. You know, like we said earlier, practice makes perfect. But one thing I'm going to tell you, because I know you love the Lord just like I do, is don't worry, because only God is perfect. He made us all. So you have to go through trials and error, meaning try things, and then if you don't get it, you keep trying. You never quit. And what's good about sports is 3 strikes and you're out, right? The baseball game, right? Oh, you like kickball too? Yeah, all right. All right, this is great. This kid is great. So next time you want to come and visit here, maybe you could get your teacher. I'll give you my card. You give it to your teacher because they were here. And they were here about, what was it, 2 months ago? Less than 2 months ago. And I don't know which classes, but I told them I would come and visit. I'm surprised. I gave them my card. They didn't send me an announcement about the show. I would have gone. I love to see these kids do things, you know? And I could support you a little bit that way. Yeah. Okay? So if you ever need, would you want to do some acting and reading out loud? Oh, that's how you start. You read out loud. And then you read like you're going to talk to somebody. You pick one of the ladies here, your Aunt Claire, or Grandma. That's Grandma.
That's Grandma.
Grandma. All right. Well, I can't tell them. Anyway, you can read to somebody out loud. Yeah. And then you try with different voices, like you do when you sing. Do you sing in the choir? Do you know what level your voice is at? Like a tenor or does it go high? At this age, it should go high, right? The voice changes at about 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, I studied voice singing. And Claire was singing, right? She knows.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So she can help you a lot. That's good. But you know, just try and the voice goes, oh, way up and then way down. So thank you for sharing, and I look forward to you coming again to share, or come and visit you if you have any events at the school. Okay? Thank you. Let's shake hands. Thank you very much.
Pass it that time around.
Great eyes, great big eyes, huh? Beautiful eyes. 9 years old. Good job. Thank you, Levi. Good job. I love it. And what's your brother's name?
Lincoln.
Lincoln. It's one of my favorite presidents.
Mine too.
Especially, right?
Mine too.
Very glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Okay, so we're moving right along. Next we have what? Did you want to be interviewed now, or went away?
You just don't go ahead.
Okay. Next we have Harry. He's a poet now. Let me just tell you about Harry. We met in our church. Ruby, we met in the Baptist church. He came to one of the luncheons.
I remember.
Yeah, and you know, we connected. He never went to live theater. I took him to theater right away, plays and everything around town. We had 20 little theaters then before the COVID. Yeah, so, and I was a big producer at the American Renegade Theater Company down the street here. It used to be on Weddington Street. Yeah, and then we moved to, had a little theater here. And I produced a lot of things, and I won 3 councilman's awards in this neighborhood. From Wendy Gruhl, from Tom LeBond. He was great with kids. He gave us, I was with 3 older ladies, and 2 of them are gone now, and 1 is left. And she's 90, gonna be 93 this year. She's a writer from Australia and wrote some beautiful things for us. And the other 2 ladies were Jewish, and they wrote wonderful stuff, and I have all their archives. So, you know, I'm hoping I'll get some producers to put things out from their work. But I did that for 25 years with them for free. They, I didn't get anything but the Councilman's Award. The Los Angeles Councilman's Award for producing and using children in the park. I did an Art Linkletter show. You remember Art Linkletter, right? Oh, yes. Yeah, so that's kind of like what we're doing here. Okay, but Harry was a grown man and an Air Force guy for 10 years in the Air Force, and he's from Washington. Washington now, and you have a house, right? But no, he is from where? Oxnard.
Right.
Oxnard. Edwards Air Force Base, right? And I should let you tell. I'm
I
not.
want to read my poem.
Oh, he wants to. He used to be a. No, I wanted Levi. Levi. He was an Air Force man, and he was. What was your rank? I don't know.
I was a sergeant.
A sergeant, and he taught the pilots how to fly the F-15s, and we are still using the F-15s today.
They're brand new now.
Yeah, see, and that was a flight simulator instructor. Okay, here he is. Let's hear it for Harry. Harry, now you're a poet.
I
Okay,
have
tell
a
me.
poem that was donated by my brother's beautiful wife, Carol, and she had to wait because we were out for a couple weeks. So this is for you, Carol. God bless you. This one's about how we can, what we do gives ourselves and everyone insight into ourselves. So this is how you tell on yourself by your behavior. You tell on yourself by the friends you seek, by the manner in which you speak, by the way you employ your leisure time, by the use you make of dollar and dime. You tell what you are by the things you wear, by the spirit in which you handle the burdens you bear, by the kind of things in which you laugh, by the records you play on your photograph. You tell what you are by the way you walk, by the things of which you delight to talk, by the manner in which you bear defeat, by such a simple thing as how you eat, by the books you choose from the well-filled shelf. In these ways and more, you tell on yourself. There is really no particle of sense in an effort to keep up false pretense.
Is that it on that one?
Yeah, that's for
Okay.
Carol.
Now I'm going to tell them why she submitted this. She just we prayed over her a long time. She had breast cancer, and she's a survivor of breast cancer. Wow. So she is in. They live in Washington, right?
Right, we live in Auburn, Washington.
Yes, and his brother works for
Costco?
Costco, yeah. So he's got all Costco people now watching our open mic, and we got followers. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So Harry, read us
So
one
we
of your
get
other
10,000.
poems.
I have a couple more.
Yeah. He's gonna write a book. Gonna put out a book because he put out about 40 poems, right?
You stop talking.
Okay. Uh-oh.
I was admiring the beautiful flowers today. I think beauty is California's mainstay. It's not going to dissolve away like clay, or fall apart or start to fray. Everyone is welcome to have fun and stay. Stick around, please don't stray. We will have a great time. Go to the piano. We will sing and you can play. I'll bet this is the best offer you've had today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, that's right. Very nice.
And this one's called What Do You Do? When you need guidance, where do you look? Where do you go? You know yourself better than anyone. So you should know who you trust, someone who knows, who gets it and it shows, who you have faith in. And you know, over time, your relation is likely to grow. People need each other. They often complement one another. These are seeds likely to grow, and certainly are worth sowing. Its value almost immediately will start showing. Pray for instinct and you'll start glowing. Before you know it, you'll be broing, seemingly related to everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
One little phrase I want to make. I was watching a movie called Miracles from Heaven, and it was put out in 2016. Jennifer Gardner played the mother. Kyle Roger was a 10-year-old in the movies. He was a young girl, and she got this stomach disease or something. It was a story, a true story. And Queen Latifah was in it as well. And I had to watch it twice because the message in there. Are you leaving? Oh, okay. Levi, wonderful again. If you need me, I gave your mom the card. Okay?
Thank
And
you.
what was your first name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Right, I got it.
Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing a wonderful son. Bring the other one next time. The 4-year-olds. I was a preschool teacher. What can I say? Okay, here you go. This is, if you have lost your faith or if you're going through circumstances of illnesses and difficulties, this is a quote in this movie, and it's from Albert Einstein. 2 ways to live your life. One is to think there are no miracles. 2 is that miracles are everywhere. Miracles are good things, goodness from God. They are love. However, we walk around without thinking God is there, and He is everywhere. God has a way of letting us know He is here.
Yep.
And a lot of us experience that in different ways. God will give us love around us. So just start looking around and dwell on good things that God gave us every day, and the birds that sing that come out in the morning.
Amen.
All right? Amen. Everybody say agree? Say amen. And the people say amen. I love it. It's great. So that's the kind of movies I'd like to make these days, you know? I've been in 25 films, but a lot of them were murder mysteries and Fatal Vision with Carl Weldon and Evil these things. Yeah, she's the oldest now. Yeah, baby. So, anyway, now Ruby.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell a testimony.
All right, this is inspired now.
Yeah.
This is Ruby. We met in church, and that was what, originally.
Over 20 years ago.
No.
Yes, it was. It was over 20 years ago, girl. It was over 20 years ago. It was only 5 years ago.
So now she's come back to me. We just had in here Saturday before Mother's Day. We had about 15 of the women here from the church, and they were all sharing. And And Ruby says, don't you remember me? I said, yeah, I do, but you know, she's grown up and she's so beautiful now, and she has 8 children.
8 and 10 plus grandkids.
Yeah, and she won the prize.
I did.
At the women's
The
summit.
woman who had the most kids.
Right, they're amazing. And I won the movie prize because I don't have any children. I did have 2 miscarriages, but I had 5.
But you got them with me.
Wait a minute. I had 500 kids in training. As
You
preschool.
had kids.
Yeah,
The Lord
in
said you didn't need
preschool.
no more.
Right. I became a preschool teacher for 15 years, part-time, to supplement my acting career. I had to do it because I was missing children in my life, and I love kids. So I helped these kids in the Performing Arts Center, and I helped Down syndrome children too, way out in the valley, all kinds of children. So now I'm ready to do The Sound of Music now, right? I can do that easily. But I did have a history as a nanny for celebrities in New York, and I took care of those kids. There's one that's still alive today, and believe it or not, it was Christopher Plummer's child from The Sound of Music. That's why I wrote that up. So I'm going to track her down. Amanda Plummer is her name.
When Amanda was a baby?
No, she was like
pushing
this
out
kid.
the way.
Right, she's gonna take over. This is that personality that I gotta cultivate, make her a star. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a small testimony. This testimony is for people who really don't believe that we have a Savior that's here to save us. I was out there in the streets doing God knows what. One morning I was walking and I looked up in the heavens and I asked the Lord, was this the life that you had for me? And before I knew it, He sent someone for me. I jumped in this man's car, didn't know who he was. I jumped in this man's car. He said, what do you think that's most precious in this world? I said, money. He looked at me and said, no, it's not money. I had to realize, I went to Tarzana Treatment Center, got myself together, and I realized yourself is what you need. And if you don't believe that there's a God out here in this world, something wrong with you. Because He has saved my life so many times. I was riding on my bicycle. My daughter was only 10 days old. I got hit by a car. I flew up in the air. As I was in the air, I was praying, asking the Lord not to take me away. My baby is only 10 days old. I fell on my knees in the Lord's Prayer. As I was looking up in the heavens, I saw my guardian angel snatch my body from one side. My bicycle went under the wheels of those tires.
Wow.
If I wouldn't have prayed at that time, I would not be here today to share this story. And I do want to thank you guys to know that there is a Savior out here. All you have to do is believe. He's here. A lot of people think He's not, but He's here. He's watching over all of us.
Yeah. Everywhere we go.
Everywhere we go. I know He's there with me. People say, oh, Ruby, you crazy. You still on crack. Yeah, I'm on crack. I'm on crack of Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the crack I am on.
That's the way to be.
That's where I'm at today. You know, and people still don't believe me. They say you talk too much. You need to slow down. And I look at them. I have people tell me that, oh, you need to be this kind of way. Or you need to be this kind of way. But my Lord is telling me you need to be who you are. Because who you are is grateful. And my auntie, she always told me, she said, Ruby, don't change who you are. You're the sweetest person on this earth, I believe. And I know I am. I'm not being selfish, but I believe that I am because of the people that I've saved and told them my story. They say, how you do it? The grace of the
God does not make junk.
He does
All
not.
right.
Woo!
I like that.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce this actress here that came in tonight that I just met. This is Cynthia Lamster, everybody. And she is a musical,
Well, a singer slash actress.
see, a singer slash actress. I'm an actress slash singer. There's a difference.
There is a difference.
I know about that. And you know what? I tell that story many a time. Because I left the Broadway opportunities. The voices were so big on Broadway when I was studying. So I did one musical that was The Fantastics, and that score was very high. Went to a high C. So anyway, tell us about your career a little bit, just a little something, whatever you want to share.
Well, let's see. Started many, many years ago.
Ruby.
When you talk about practice makes perfect.
Yes.
This lady right here will remember me as a little girl in the church choir and singing at the church and always mimicking those who came to sing at our church.
Wow.
So I was like 4 or 5 years old. We used to do a nativity at our church. We had opera singers who came, professional singers, and I would mimic their voices and memorize the whole script. So I used to kind of interject when somebody used the wrong words or sang the wrong words, just as a little kid, you know, like, wait a minute. That's not the way, that's not it. Which I had happened to me years later when I was in The Sound of Music. I was Maria.
Of course. Oh,
And
of course.
there was the gentleman who was playing the captain. There was a little kid in the audience, and he sang the words wrong, and she blurted out, "That's not it!" Oh, no. Yeah. And she sang it right there, right in the middle of the audience.
Oh, wow.
So she had to tell him. But, so pretty much that's how it all started. And then when I moved to a small town in Tennessee, my mother put me in voice lessons. Because
she was the favorite.
no, not because I was the favorite.
I didn't get voice lessons.
But because I was the
But
only
you
one
already
there.
had the voice, girl.
Yes. We took piano. We took piano as kids, but then because I was there, I didn't know anybody. It was a new town for me. My sister wasn't there. My sisters weren't there with me. So she put me in voice lessons, and that's how I got started singing more than what I had done when I was
So what
younger.
kind of soprano are you?
Oh, well, I'm actually,
Alto now?
no. Yeah, it's kind of
Mezzo.
dropped down.
Mezzo.
Second, yeah, mezzo.
Mezzo
Mezzo
soprano.
soprano.
Wow.
I've had different people try to, I used to do lyric soprano. My voice has changed over the years.
Right.
But,
Of course, when we get younger.
yeah. That's right. But, in fact, I had one teacher who wanted to make me a coloratura. And you know that usually people who are coloraturas, they have a very light voice. Mine's not that way. So it was very difficult, and I soon realized, I said, there is no way I'm going to be able to sing coloratura. It's no way.
Wow.
So, but did a lot of, was in a lot of choirs, a lot of musical theater. I
What
also
was your
did-
favorite musical here?
My favorite musical is probably Brigadoon. I love
Oh,
Brigadoon.
wow. I know Brigadoon.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love Brigadoon. And then I also did Madame Butterfly,
Oh, my God.
which
That
was
is
good.
fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
But when you talked about, like, there's, the practice makes perfect,
Yes.
it wasn't always easy, and you'll get a different opinion from different people. And you kind of have to go with, you have to be yourself, like you said. I had many times had been coached probably in the wrong fashion, per se, as far as maybe that wasn't who I was. And it wasn't until when you were talking about church and singing in the church that I connected with harmonies, doing harmonies with, within the church. When it was free flow singing, not just, strict reading out of the Bible and all of that and reading that. So, yeah, so it's, realize it's who you are.
Who you are, everybody.
Who you are.
Get that?
Yeah.
Everybody has a gift.
That's right. Everybody has a gift and not everybody is the same. So you have to figure what your strengths are and play on those. So, but I always got a kick out of doing like the musicals and things like that because it required dancing.
Yes.
Which I didn't grow up as a dancer. So it was many hours with the choreographer.
Get your back.
That's all right.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
So, what do you do now? You're speaking in church.
I do just things here and there. I sing in bands and different things. That,
Do you coach singers?
I'm not coaching anybody right now because of my job. So, but that's probably going to be my next career.
Yeah,
after
because you can
I
coach
retired.
me. Huh?
So
I would love to
retired.
coach. I want to go back to singing. I forgot to tell you that. I am going back to singing because Harry bought me a guitar. I wanted a guitar for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And he got me a guitar. My brother was a guitar player in our band. But I said, I can't find many piano players these days to accompany me. So I used to do trio work,
Right.
and the old standards that like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Music. And we did the Great American Songbook at Emmanuel Lutheran.
Yeah.
We did it 3 years ago. I don't know if you got to see it.
Oh my goodness, no, I didn't.
And Harry played Uncle Sam.
Oh, wow.
And I had
You
two
taking it out of money,
solos.
Uncle
I got
Sam?
two solos.
That's great.
I couldn't believe because I hadn't been singing on a regular basis. I did, let's see, Might As Well Be Spring.
What's that?
Okay.
And what was the other one now? Somewhere. There's a someone I want to be. There's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that he turns out to be someone who watch over me.
I'm not trying to tell my age.
Oh yeah. Lamb who's lost in the woods.
That's right.
I know I could always be good to one who watch over me. I used to sing that in a jazz mode with a piano and a upright bass.
Oh yeah.
And right here at the tail of the cock and in the lake. Yeah, we had the great American, we had the great jazz band, Molly Ringwald's father. He was blind, a banjo player. It was his band.
Really?
Yeah. I was a replacement when she became a star. It's funny how the world goes,
Right.
And then I had a piano player from the tail of the cock that I got engaged to, and I got to sing and travel with him, and I met Liberace, I met Roger Williams, Peter Nero. I mean, I met all these great piano players, and I got to be with them and at concerts, and we traveled around, and it was a great thing. But we never got married, and it didn't work out, but it was a wonderful time for me to have that band. And Don Nelson was in that band. Ozzie Nelson's relative, yeah. And Molly Ringwald would sing once in a while. You know who she is, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. She would sing. She learned when she was 6 years old at Sacramento. They had the Great Pacific Jazz Band. That was the Great Pacific Jazz Band. So I did that for about 4 years and replaced her. And then I see her sister with me in Fatal Vision with Carl Malden, E. Marie Saint, and I played the Killer's secretary. It's one of the biggest parts I had in television.
What I think is great is that all the different things that you've done, and that's the thing, is like put yourself in different areas, not stick with just one thing.
Right.
But like I was saying, like, the music that I learned at church, and then also the different churches, how they use music. I've been a part of the Presbyterian Church, and I love the Baptist music because, yeah, it's a little more soulful. Exactly.
We sang with them here too. We just didn't. As a matter of fact, I'll invite you to that concert. It's going to be in September.
Right, and then just doing different things and then doing community things.
Right.
I worked with the LA's Cultural Affairs Department for a little bit, teaching the kids and sharing your experiences. But it's a good thing to just do as much as you can.
Wow.
And get out there.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of similar things with music.
Exactly.
What a great enrichment in your life. Where would we be without music?
Not very far. Not very far.
Pretty lost.
Yeah.
And
Because
when you're
music is to the
alone,
soul.
like, and you're alone and you get depressed.
Yeah, and it's a good way to bring up your spirit and to be around others,
Yeah.
and then also.
So everybody witness that. We had Cynthia here today, a great singer, professional opera singer,
Wow.
musical
Do you
singer.
want to sing anything?
Yeah.
You
Another
I
time.
I heard you starting to sing.
I know,
and
it's
I really want to hear some more.
Acapella? I don't know, unless we have someone play.
I was just thinking on what you were saying, and it just kind of came to me, and then I'll just start and you guys can join. How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
And you're gonna recognize it. I know you will because you're Baptist church.
Can I look it up?
Yeah.
What is it called?
How great thou art.
Oh, great.
Oh, how great thou art! All right, and Jimmy's here filming this.
Yes.
So
Yes, everybody can sing. Everybody can sing.
So anybody out there that want to get filled up with good things that God gave us, and we're all children of God, so maybe you want to sing along.
Exactly, and I know
You
you
don't
know
want to
watch
watch
this,
Linda, and your sister. What about your sister?
My sister knows too.
You want to sing with us?
No, we'll make you.
Why not? No, I'm just joking.
What about the other
No, they'll sing it, they'll join us.
Why not?
Because it's not very nice the way I do it. She'll make it.
Okay.
You guys will kick us out.
Okay, ready?
You can kick us out. Yeah.
Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, the power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art.
Isn't that great? Thank you. We'll put into our show tonight. And did you want to say anything about the light?
I could.
You want to?
Oh, yes, give your life. Come on, your piece.
We have another guest that dropped in, Max. He's taking all this in, and
I'm not used to. And being here tonight, I was just getting a little peace and quiet. It's really kind of healing for me.
okay,
And
good.
so I want to say thank you. And since we're talking, I want to tell a little bit about myself, actually.
Yes, please do.
So-
Where are you from?
I'm from Ukraine.
Oh, all right. Well, welcome here.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. It's an honor.
I'm from Odessa, which is close to Brooklyn.
Oh, really?
Brighton.
Oh,
Brighton is the Odessa of New York.
oh, wow.
Yeah. All the people from Odessa live in Brighton.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then I've had kind of an interesting life myself too. I grew up around here. I went to the Buckley School in high school, and I always loved. I was in the what do you call it? The orchestra.
All right.
But I kind of like. I didn't really have to. No, I was pretending.
Oh.
I got to get the credit. I played a little bit. I mean, I had my own couple of songs that I could play, and the guy liked it, but I couldn't Greek for shit, and I didn't have it here. But so I had, maybe a little music. I learned the piano when I was a kid, and I was in a musical at the school, and I remember doing that. I had a lead role. I had Sweet Charity. I played the Italian.
Oh, yeah.
I played the Italian.
Wow.
Yeah. And let's see. When I was little, I want to share maybe a couple of things with you guys.
Sure.
Okay, if you're not in a hurry.
No, I'm going to go over here and get my drink. Cameraman, hold on. All right, let me get my drink.
I told you to put your drink in.
Oh, yeah, I'll take it home and relax. Go ahead, Matt.
So in the former USSR, we really went very hard on Olympic sports. And I was a little figure skating prodigy when I was little. And they wanted to put me into a special school, and my mom decided she didn't want to have a gay son figure skater. Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. Why would she
This
do
is
that?
Russian.
Oh.
Russian thinking, different mindset. Especially when you're the warlord son of the city, My dad started the first business under Perestroika in Odessa, actually. I went to Middlebury College. One fitting fact about my life for this evening is I was in the choir. I think it was called the American Negro Spiritual Choir.
Oh, wow.
But you're not a Negro. No,
I know, but Francois Clemens, who played Officer Clemens in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, he led the I think the American Negro Choir is what it was called in New York, and I don't think they call themselves that anymore, but it's something like that.
Say black, right?
Yeah, but it was it was like old gospel. So I thought maybe I'd sing song.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, because you inspired me. And
I want to see how much Negro you are.
I just need
Take out the comic hand of it here.
I need to
Your
get
music,
my
your
phone.
And do you need a chair or something to sit?
I can sit.
Sit over there, here, wherever you want to sit. And the light, right there. I'll put the spotlight on you. Max is going to do a little...
Actually, before I sing,
Sure.
I want to show you guys a little bit. The reason I bring up the figure skating is I'm a psychologist for a living. And I work in pain rehab psychology, so I work with a lot of injured workers.
Oh.
And so I developed a system. I practice martial arts. I'm actually a certified yoga instructor and a martial arts instructor.
Wow.
with my education. But I've been working on like Tai Chi movement style.
Oh, yeah.
This improvised.
Yeah.
And it looks more like a flow.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's kind of a nice thing.
It is, yeah.
So I'll just improvise something.
Okay.
It's going to be totally... That was a little...
Very nice.
It's like a healing movement practice to get people. I get people moving is what I do for a living. I'm a psychologist, but I get people moving.
I studied at the YMCA Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
And I was looking for that because I had vertigo about 3 years ago. And they said, boy, you should do Tai Chi for balance, right? It's all about balancing. Maybe I'll give you an acting class, you give me a Tai Chi class. That's great, that's great. So, okay, tell us more.
Well, I'll sing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I can sing the song because I
We'll
sang
help you,
it.
right?
But if you can play it, I don't know if you know.
What is it?
Magnolia Blvd? Okay, I have the music.
Okay.
This was my little solo.
That's all right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Can you get him in picture here? Behind you.
There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. If you cannot preach like Peter, if you cannot pray like Paul, you can tell the love of Jesus and say he died for all.
Right, nice, that's right. You did die for all. Wow. Now, where did you learn that song?
In the choir.
In the choir?
Yeah, I had a little solo.
Was that here or in the UK?
That was in Middlebury College in Vermont. When I was in college, my parents walking on the choir.
Oh, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Wow, yes.
Well, you have to go.
Yes.
Everybody, that's it. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good
bye.
night. Good night here on Saturday. At the wonderful NoHo. To be continued, folks. Come on down if you have any talent. I'm looking for that.
I have no talent, but I'm
And if
working
you
on
need
it.
an opportunity to express yourself, please come here and you'll get love and support.
Bring your
Thank you,
appetite.
though.
Thank you, thank you. Now wait, Max, I need a contact on you.
Oh, yeah, you gotta take my number.
Yeah, I need, you ladies.